Sex, life, and tech. If you're 21 or 101, we love them all. Welcome to Age Blind with Nancy AF.
Hey, boys and girls, welcome to Age Blind. Help! Help! That is our theme this month. I don't personally need help. Well, I do need help with a lot of things, just not at this very moment. So today I have assembled 5 amazing random people, which is the format for this, what I call the Salt Box, Sex, Life, and Tech Across the Generations. And our theme today is health. We're going to go around the room. Everybody can introduce themselves. Betsy is a age blind veteran, so we're going to start with her. Okay. And just tell a little bit about who you are, how we know each other, what you do for a living, and ways in which you give or get help in your daily life.
Okay, hi. I'm Betsy. I started a company in 2002 called Clutterbusters, and we help people get organized in their home, offices, all over the place. I met Nancy about 7 years ago when I moved to Scottsdale, and she had recently moved to also from the East Coast, East Coasters. We get on Facebook, met up for coffee, and the rest is history. So I am a helper. I get organized, but we also have decisions and decisions sometimes that they haven't been able to take for like many years. So that's me in a nutshell.
Earth.
Yeah. So hi, my name's Eric Miller. I do a lot of different things. I guess officially I'm a mechanical engineer by training, business owner. We own a mechanical engineering products and services company here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm very active in the tech ecosystem here in Arizona, which is where I met Nancy when she showed up on the scene, and a very bright voice of making us pay attention. And I do a lot of writing as well about tech and other things and business, and also looking to do more fusion.
Great. And how do you help people?
I help people in a lot of ways. The main thing is to help them find their own answers. I mean, I do a lot of mentoring with startups, a large amount of mentoring with startups, and that's generally not me telling them what to do. It's me helping asking them the right questions so that they can find the answers.
Great. Amy.
Hi, my name is Amy Schwartz, and I own a company called Bucket Inc. And it kind of started as out of a personal crisis in 2022, but the gist is my mantra is life is short. So do what brings you joy now, because we don't know what is happening tomorrow. So say fuck it more often. And it sort of manifests into a bracelet that I wear on my wrist that says fuck it, and other merch that says fuck it. And I help people try and find that within themselves to say fuck it more often. And I think we all need to do that. And do you want me to say how I ask for help too?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I ask for help too, but I mostly rely on my boyfriend, Claude, AI Claude, to help me with, I just tend to not rely on humans as much anymore, which is kind of sad. But I go down the AI rabbit hole and ask Claude for help. And if that boyfriend walked in this door right now, 100% I would have sex with him, because nobody can create a spreadsheet or respond like that. And it is a major turn on for me. So the organization, the response, all of it, it's amazing.
We give some of us as Excel pros a chance. Pretty good.
Okay.
Claude learned from somebody. Could have been my articles.
Yeah, I mean, things that Claude can't do, but if you walk through my
Claude.
Yes. We were actually just talking about how you have to be really careful, because I was in love with Claude for a while, and then he started hallucinating on me and giving me bad information. We as humans need to know when the artificial intelligence is not as intelligent as we are. So it's that you have to find that middle ground there.
Hey, I'm Earl Thompson, Lawrenceville, Georgia. I've been in the field of expert witness testimony and assisting clients who have had disabilities and impairments, and kind of assist attorneys how to navigate the waters of different legal areas when it comes to how it impacts jobs. So I testify in front of juries as an expert witness, as well as judges in many different legal areas, and I've been doing it like 28 years. And then later in life, just recently, last few years, I got on a Bravo reality TV dating show and wound up winning it. And now I'm taking acting and voiceover and improv classes and finding out there's a whole nother area in life to explore. So it's really fun.
Yeah, there are a lot of us out there. I auditioned for the Golden Bachelor last summer. So
Nice.
I'm a reality TV. My daughter almost never forgave me, especially I have to call her and say, would you do hometown dates? And she's like, if I must. I'm really like, why would you prostitute yourself like that in front of millions of Americans? But it's a good stepping stone to other things, especially if you have always been like a closet model or actor. So yeah, it's where the world sadly is heading. There is no more reality. There's just reality TV. And Ron, what about you?
Excuse me, I'm Ron Platt. I am the co-founder of the National Association for Single and Divorced Families. So I want you to picture AARP. That's what we do for people who are getting a divorce or have a single family household. So we provide products, services, support, and resources for people who are in that process. And we have the only divorce insurance product that guarantees child support and alimony payments if the person who's paying dies, becomes disabled, involuntarily loses their job, or has to declare business bankruptcy. We'll continue making those payments for up to a year.
Genius. And very helpful.
Yeah. So when you ask for help, we provide our members with things they need when they're in the process of getting a divorce. A lot of us need mental health care. So we offer 3 free mental health care sessions, discounted sessions thereafter. We have career services for people who have, at-home parents who have this gap in their resume. We help them fill that gap so that they can get back into the workforce. We have early childhood education discounts, diapers, formulas, discounts, computer supplies, school, you name it, we have it. And we're always looking to add more products and services on. We have attorneys, mediators, divorce coaches, relationship coaches, everything. We're trying to put as much on there as we can. And somebody recently said, I need to have a registry, and I got it. So, you need everything when you get a divorce. So tell your friends what you need and get them to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's 50% of the population now, so it's definitely something. Yeah,
Divorce. My pocket merch is on a divorce registry.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Connection.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
all right. So my next question, I'll put it up for grabs to anybody. I like to think of myself as somebody who just kind of grew up giving help. When I was a little kid, I said I wanted to be a nurse or a teacher. Actually, I said I wanted to be a candy stripper. I spelled wrong in the essay. Or maybe that is really what I meant. But in any event, I've always been like a caretaker and a helper. That was just my role in the family. And one of the things I'm learning now at the ripe old age of 70, or the ripe young age of 70, is sometimes you offer help to people who just either don't want help or they think they can do it themselves, which I think is something that AI has kind of created, where it's like, oh, this is easy. I have Claude. I don't need to hire an expert. I can just ask my AI, and it's as good as a marketing consultant or a divorce consultant or a jury selector or a manufacturer. So Betsy, you were telling a story before we went on air about something that sometimes your clients do that peeves you when you're a professional who's been offering decluttering help for years, been on hoarding TV shows, like your shit. So what do clients sometimes do that is not ultimately helpful to you?
Right. Well, some clients, like their biggest struggle is not going to like Container Store or Target and taking home bins like it's the rescue animal. They look at the bins and they're like, "You're so Snoop. You're coming home with me." And so they have all these bins, and it doesn't work. We're trying to get items out of the house, not more stuff in. So that's a issue that people are having. Lots.
Yeah. And Eric, I know you do a fair amount of consulting to tech startups.
Yeah.
What is some of the stuff that you have to face when you get pushback or people just really just say they want help, but they really don't want the help?
Yeah, we in the business world, we talk about coachability of a leader, right? And when you're told you're the CEO and put up on a little bit of a pedestal, it's kind of hard sometimes to listen and change, admit maybe you were wrong. And it's one of the biggest problems with not just success of startups, but also getting funding, because the people with the money have learned over the decades that, yeah, a non-coachable founder is not going to be successful. So it is very much, you're successful. You have a startup for a reason. You've done something very special, whether it's technical or your personality or your connections. That doesn't mean you know how to do accounting. It doesn't mean you know how to, move an office. It doesn't mean you know how to do sales and marketing. And getting them to accept the fact that they can't and shouldn't do everything. And I say that as a major hypocrite who does thing himself. It's the biggest pushback we get. And yeah, you just have to tell them, you listen to me now, or you're going to come back and tell me I told you so.
Yeah. And I love seeing, those posts on LinkedIn when a founder says, I've decided that I just don't love my business anymore and I'm stepping aside. Or if it's going to get to the next stage of growth, it's not going to be me who does it. And to me, that's always so heartwarming, because I did work for a tech company where the founder just refused to step aside and was a majority shareholder. And basically he was running his own business into the ground.
Yeah.
His board was going to need to kill him to get him out of that seat.
I learned over the
Pay him a lot of money. Like, I think, which tech company was it? Was it Uber, when they the board finally staged an intervention and so that he needed to leave?
Let me move aside.
Anybody else want to tackle that? Like, one of you offered help that people just haven't wanted. And how do you deal with it?
Well, I haven't really. I will say that when you said you were, you always wanted to be a nurse or a teacher, it made me laugh, because I always tell people that if I were a teacher or a nurse, I would literally be in prison. So, 100% I would be in prison for life. So none of that would be good. But on a personal level, I mean, I do believe that people should stick to what they're good at, though, and outsource what you're not good at. So, I mean, I don't know anything about numbers, so I outsource accounting and taxes and all that stuff. That, I really think you should outsource when you're not comfortable doing something, because somebody else is always going to be better at it than you. But I don't want to sound like I'm not a helper at all. But I could never have that as a profession, like a teacher or a nurse. But I do feel like I'm still resourceful. My friends always come to me. So it's more of a personal helping out people, but I couldn't do it as a profession. No.
Yes, Ron.
I think my husband and I are both fixers. So people come to us, he's at work and he sees a dozen things that need to be done, but he has no power to do it, and comes home and vents to me. And I could take a look at a business, see what needs to be done. I could propose something to the owner, and whether they do it or not is up to them. But I think what I've learned is that you can offer your services, but you need to wait until they are accepting of it, and they need to be learning based. So if you're walking into a business that they are not learning based, you're wasting your time. So I've had to cut back on how much I try to fix and concentrate on my own business. Also, having a child who is an addict, you have to learn when not to enable. And part of asking for help or giving help is knowing at what point to do it without enabling the person.
Wow.
So big lesson there.
Very, very powerful stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And as a parent, training yourself not to help when someone really doesn't want help is one of the hardest things I think I've ever had to learn.
And you're helping by not helping, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
You know what?
Yeah, it is hard.
I'm sorry.
My husband is 19 years younger, and he has said to me, allow me to have the experience without trying to prevent
That's a good one.
mistake. And I'm like, totally makes sense.
I think we've all of those stories, when I had a team member once who wanted to order a red carpet off of Amazon, even though I had given him a resource to order from. And the thing arrives and the carpet was made out of cardboard, and the step and repeat was like, for a little person, like it didn't even, cover somebody's head. And, it was horribly embarrassing for me and the client, but, I was able to kind of rationalize it and go, well, he learned, it's a story that he'll be telling for the rest of his career, because, we all have had long careers, and we know that there have been times that we've really fucked up, and those are the experiences you tend to learn the most from. Yeah. And Earl, anything to add?
Yeah, I was just on a call right before this, and I'm one of the I think the only people in Georgia that get hired equally with plaintiff and defense attorneys. So I have unique insight to tell a client I'm working with what it's going to look at from the other side. And this client just blew up on me. I don't want to hear that, and screaming and stuff. But luckily, I'm a good de-escalator, being a counselor. So it was at the end, he's like, "Oh, please don't leave me. Thanks for putting up with me," because I brought him down, And I said, "Look, I'm your expert. I'm just trying to help you." And once he saw that, it took a little bit. So sometimes people are resistant at first, and then you just got to kind of break down a wall or two, and sometimes you can get through them a lot more easily.
Yeah. And really understanding how people want to be helped, where they want to be helped, when they want to be helped. So now this is the best part of the podcast where you get to tell our listening audience what you're selling and how they could reach you. So Eric, you go first.
I'll go first. We help people who make physical products. So if you're designing, manufacturing, prototyping, simulating, project managing, any kind of physical product. This year, we're working on a dog toy and a satellite that repairs other satellites. So it doesn't matter what the industry is, we're the engineers there to help you. So reach out.
And name of the company and the website?
Yeah, PADT, which is right there. And the website, for those that can't see what I just pointed out, it's PADT and then inc.com.
And Eric also has a really great Substack, almost as great as mine, where he writes how he's using AI, and he's like the Ernest Hemingway of technology. He's got two personalities. He's got his nerdy manufacturing personality and his creative writer personality.
Yeah, definitely. The Substack is good, and I also have a column in the Phoenix Business Journal, so check those out.
Nice.
Betsy.
Okay, so like I said earlier, my company's name is Clutterbusters, and we've done over 80,000 hours worth of organizing. So everything from like 3-hour projects all the way up to 1,000 hoarding situations. The company is located in DC, Maryland, Virginia, and the best way to reach me is on my website, clutterbusters.com, Facebook Clutterbusters, anything that says Clutterbusters or Betsy, fine. That's it.
Did you help the Kardashians move that one time?
No, that would have been a good gig. Yeah.
Right. She called in a Clutterbuster company before to help.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I was on PLC's Hoarders, which is the opposite of being at a luxurious mansion with the Kardashians. So, no.
Oh, my God. And
Love it.
Ron, for those people who are not on video and just audio, if you could repeat the name of your website, that would be great.
Sure. Our website is NASD as in David F, NASDF.org. You can also follow our socials, all of our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube is all under NASDF.org. And again, what we do is we provide product services and support for people who are in the process of getting a divorce. We only charge $19 a month for our membership, but I got to tell you, between the free mental health care, the real estate. So if you use one of our realtors in our network, the 3% commission that they're charging, we give back 25% of that to our members to help offset the closing costs. That's huge.
My company is Fucking Inc. The website's fuckinginc.com. My Instagram is FCKit.inc. So there's my logo, fuckinginc.com. I'd love to hear your fuck it stories. Something that you said fuck it to today. Everybody said it like 20 times today already, I'm sure. And so I sell merchandise. I sell mostly bracelets and then other things that say fuck it on them.
And so last but not least, Earl.
So I stay busy with my expert witness stuff, but what came out of this is pretty amazing. Now I'm an actual spokesperson for 2 companies with the discount code Earl the Pearl 10, which is pretty cool. And so that one of them is Celebration Yachting, and they do excursions on yachts and different boats in the Virgin Islands and Spain. So putting together packages for people, and it comes with a crew and a chef and a captain, and just island hop all over the place, all inclusive drinks and food, so it's really pretty cool. And the other is Georgia Premier Renovators. They do flooring and painting and stuff. Same thing, Earl the Pearl 10, a discount code, which is amazing that I'm doing that because I never saw that.
Influencer. I love that. So
pretty cool.
We'll have to ask Earl one question. As in Stargate in Canada.
As you all know, I am Nancy Shenker, also known as Nancy AF. I'm all over social media. And something you could do to help me this week is subscribe to my memoir on Substack. It's called Your Nerve. I'm writing it the way Dickens did, one chapter at a time. And you could subscribe for either one chapter or the whole 12 traumatic stories of my life and how I got to D by finding my nerve. So chapter 2 is ages 7 to 13. It includes bar mitzvahs, the first kiss, and all kinds of other juicy stuff that was not in 0 to 7. And so that's the one thing you could do to help me this month. And keep on listening and watching. Remember to always be age blind and to stay fuck it. And take care. Continue to listen. Continue to watch. Peace out. And if you'd like to be a guest, just email me at nancyashenker@gmail.com. And again, follow me on my socials. I respond to every question I get. That's how I can help you. So take care and have a great rest of your month.